Y'all, what's up? I'm Mimi, aka the Pisces here, and this is one of your daily collective messages. Like, and subscribe if you get anything out of this. Thank you so very much to those of you who do like, subscribe, and comment. It is always and forever going to be loved and appreciated. God, archangels, ancestors, ascended masters, cosmic guides, all beings of the highest and purest white light, only with the best interest of me and the collective at heart. You are always and forever welcome into my readings, okay? Please give my wonderful, fabulous, and amazing Pisces here family the best and most accurate information for them at this time. Hello, my beautiful lovers. I hope you guys are having a good day, okay? Welcome to the new subscribers. Welcome back to my beautiful subscribers who are already here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Thank you so very much for coming, and thanks for coming back. So this is a Yeshua message, but before I get into that, let me just say it's lawn day, okay? So you might hear lawn noises. I don't know. I tried to adjust this video that's playing on YouTube the best way that I could, but either it's just too loud or it was too quiet. So I don't know. Hopefully it works itself out, okay? So of course I'm supposed to look in the crystal book first, okay? So Yeshua's note is always "I love you," okay? Jesus loves you, okay? Yeshua loves you, okay? This is what we know, right? So, this is Himalaya Gold Azestulite, okay? So, this could be energy that you're being asked to focus on or work with, or energy that you're like currently awakening within yourself at this time, okay? So, the key words are creative manifestation through the will, co-creating with Sophia, kindling the great central sun in the heart, filling the body with gold light, and the element is storm, okay? So the chakras, it works with a lot of chakras, okay? It's the solar plexus, the heart, the third eye, the crown, the soul star, the transpersonal or the etheric chakras, which are the 9th and 14th chakras located above the crown chakra, okay? So I guess you're receiving some sort of upgrade to your etheric chakras at this time. But it could be a little bit stormy. Things could be like not the best, okay? Because I don't know why, but it just be like that, okay? Like it kind of seems like the energy goes crazy, or everything just gets shaken up and mixed up in order for you to like receive certain energies from the divine, okay? So just try to remain aware of that like, and that's why they're always reminding you that like your hardships or your hard times, or the times where you feel stuck, or the times where your life just like completely sucks, is always temporary. And as long as you think about it like that, it will continue to be temporary, okay? So it says Himalaya Gold Azestulite emanates Azestulite's whole pattern of energies, and one of its special qualities is its resonance with the solar plexus chakra. This is the seat of power and manifestation in the human being. As with other conditions we carry from the past within our solar plexus are patterns of limitation that severely limit our capacity to create. We literally do not know our power, and in the past this may have kept us from abusing it. Yet with evolution into expanded awareness comes the necessity of taking up our full range of potentials, okay? So I feel like your will is being increased, okay? This energy is increasing within you at this time, okay? So you could be about to step into a time where you feel much more confident, and you have an easier time making choices, and the choices that you make like pan out better than maybe the choices that you used to make in the past. Not to say they were the wrong ones, but they were just really important. So like make sure you really take note of your intuitive messages at this time, okay? Of your gut feelings. Like those things are not here for no reason, okay? They really do guide you in the right way, okay? You might think that like you're very spontaneous, or the way you move around is like weird because it's not really the way that everybody else moves, but it's really perfect for you, okay? You just are a very intuitive person, okay? And you're very guided. So it says the arrival of Himalayan gold azestulite coincides with the beginning of our development of new capacities for creative manifestation through the will, okay? So it says The stimulation of the solar plexus in alignment with the seat of vision in the third eye chakra is an important aspect of this activation. Okay, so let me see what else. Because I'm kind of just reading it. Okay, it says there's more to genuine creative activity than our own self-aware aspirations. The creating we can do, in which we are truly creating a world, our bodies and our living experience, is not isolated within us, but is co-creating in a kind of union with the soul of the world. Okay, or with God. Okay, so it says whose impulses we feel in our hearts. Okay, individually we can utilize the third eye to envision something mentally and the solar plexus to push things into manifestation, but this is a limited sort of creating. When we work in co-creative unity with Sophia, the soul of the world, we are, or they're talking about like feminine energy. Okay, like this, of course they're talking about healing energy. Okay, so the more you work with this healing energy or with this feminine energy, the soul of the world, the more your ability to envision and then push into existence your manifestations. Okay, so it says we are simultaneously setting our intentions and letting go of expectations of what the results must be. We imagine the essence of what we want and then we exhale it, releasing it to Sophia. It is the heart's natural gesture of trust, not in fulfillment of what we imagine in our minds, but in whatever may come to us. This rather circular gesture of intending and releasing in trust allows the spontaneous genius of the world's soul creating to engage with us in a sort of continuous dance. Okay, so your ability to manifest is what is increasing because of your connection to this feminine energy or to the soul of the world. Okay, you could do a lot of like grounding meditations, you could spend a lot of time outside and things like that. Okay, it says when we are strong-willed but avoid when we are strong-willed but avoid trying to be tyrants, we have more to offer on our side of the dance. We can focus our intentions better and keep our actions in alignment with the intentions we have set, even though we have released expectations. Okay, so that could be, you could be having an issue with manifesting. Okay, because you're imagining the thing that you want, but you could be like second guessing your intuition or not necessarily following your intuitive nudges on what to do about it. Like you could be having a hard time like interpreting the way that the divine communicates with you. But I feel like this is about to clear up a lot for you because I think you're seeing things a lot clearer. You could have had a perspective change because of like this storm energy that you could have gone through. Okay, but you're very strong-willed, and now is a time for you to like surrender, and you have to be open to receiving. Like you can imagine it and you can like try your best to will it into existence, but if you're not taking actions toward it and you don't really believe that it's something you can attract, then it's not going to work, and it's just going to kind of sit in the ethers or in the spiritual realms. Your ancestors are just going to hold it for you until you figure out, or until you really truly believe that you can attract whatever it is that you're trying to attract. Okay, and he's saying like this applies to all parts of your life, to your money, to love, to any and everything that you want to attract. You have to believe. Okay, your faith is the most important. And of course I've heard the faith of a mustard seed. Like that's really truly all that you need is that little tiny little speck of belief that you can actually attract whatever it is that you're trying to attract, and then you can, as long as you take the right steps right along with that, with the belief. So the affirmation says, I am a co-creator with the soul of the world, and the intensity of power I can manifest is equal to the depth of my joyous surrender. Okay, so the more you happily surrender to life or to God or to the divine or whatever you call this higher power, the more you can surrender to that energy and have trust and belief that they bring you things, then the easier it is for you to attract things. This says brings the pure golden ray of spiritual light into the body. Okay, so this this like unwavering belief or faith that God's gonna give you whatever you want, it really does increase your vibration. Okay, it breathes this pure golden ray of spiritual light into the body that empowers you, your solar plexus, and the way that you see things, and increases your ability to manifest. Okay, so belief and faith is the name of the game, okay? And love, of course, because love, okay? This pink fire is Yeshua is also on this page, okay? It's talking about the inner fire of divine love, higher heart activation, passionate self-identification with love, and emotional and physical self-healing, okay? So we got divine creation right here at the bottom of the deck, which is kind of what I feel like we're talking about. You know, he's talking about like helping you to attract more of this dharma or more of this good energy that you put out, okay? Like having this pure belief in like the things that you personally choose to commit to. And I seen 1111, you know, and really, really following your intuition, following the will, you know, like you willed this thing into existence, and now you have to follow the steps that come from within you in order to get to them, okay? And so he's also talking about like this strong belief that you need to have in yourself and in your ability to accomplish things or to complete the steps that you laid out for yourself to make. You know, it's a co-creation. You do it along with the divine, so you have to kind of meet them halfway. So we got cosmic gateway, okay? But I mean, I feel like you're doing it, okay? I feel like you could be clearing out a lot of insecurities within yourself at this time, okay? Doing a lot of healing to all of those things of the past. I think because it's the number 8, you know, stepping into like this more, I almost want to say infinite, you know, or like expanded way of thinking, okay? But the way that you connect with others could be changing a lot, and I feel like you're just like refocusing. This is what it says, refocusing. Like this is a time of you getting realigned with like this stronger energy of faith or this stronger energy of belief in your path and in the way that you're walking, okay? We got the sphere of light right here, which is talking about healing hands and empathetic qualities and animal wisdom, okay? You could be like really, really wise, okay? You could resonate with the shaman energy. You could be a life path number 8 or 2 or 9, okay? But I feel like you have been kind of forced to be very independent in your life, and this is something that is a good thing for you, okay? Like your independence has taught you a lot of things, a lot of these experiences that you feel like you have had by yourself. But of course, I always tell you, you're never alone, you know? The divine is always with you, but in those times where you feel like you're very independent and you're doing it alone, like that's the times where they help you the most. And also that's the time where spirit teaches you the most things. So make sure that you're very grateful for your experiences, okay? For your soul family that's always around you, having your back, the way these people, you know, are like surrounding her. But it's like they're not like the same color as her, right? They're not like right here with her, but it looks to me like she's aware that they're there, and she's walking through her life, you know, like with this strength and determination in her face, you know. And then we got the golden light ray right here, because I said it will fill you with the golden light of the divine or something like this, you know. Like you have a lot of support, and there's a lot of order coming into the chaos that your life maybe has been up until this point, you know. It's organized chaos, that's what I'm hearing. And I've said that before, you know. Life seems very chaotic and very out of order and so unexpected, you know, so surprising, but it's just like surprising to us. There really is an order for it, you know. And also it's like your life is a divine mirror of where you are. So of course, when we're younger, or when we're just trying to figure out things, when we're trying to understand our, you know, our star ancestral energy and trying to follow the voice of our soul, then everything seems kind of chaotic because we don't know ourselves yet, and we don't really know how to like wield our power or our energy. We don't know like what people are good for us and how to make the proper choices and decisions for ourselves, you know. So it's kind of like we go along like waiting for this like magical information to come to us. It takes us a while to figure out that we have to make changes in order to get our world to mirror back this energy that we're in, you know. So it's like this energy of you trusting your evolution and trusting the energy that you've stepped into, trusting the power that you've built up within yourself and all the healing that you've done to carry you further in life, you know. Now that you understand your star ancestral energy a little bit better, now you're able to wield it and to use it to make very powerful and amazing things happen in your life, not just for you, but for other people too. Yeah, we got the she-wolf with unleashing the wild within, and it was saying something about like, you know, at first your power being kind of held back or held up because you don't really understand it yet. It's held back to protect you and to protect others. But now you're very responsible. You know, it's okay to like unleash that wild type of energy that you have within yourself, not like in a negative way, but like to just go crazy with being very creative and with your self-expression, because you can, okay? And you know the power of your words and the power of your actions, and you're choosing wisely which way you walk and how you move, and that's everything, okay? Yeah, we got the Earth Guardian with stay rooted and grounded. I feel like this is something that you really truly do. Like I said before, you might do a lot of like grounding meditations or spend a lot of time outside. You're very connected with the earth, you know. Yeah, we got Guardian Angel with you are not alone, okay? So that all that all just kind of feels like confirmation. But what else? We got the Scribe, okay, with strength. So I feel like your greatest strength is you knowing as much about yourself as possible, you know. But the strength card, okay, that's Leo energy. It's also like a very sunny type of energy. So it just gives me this energy of you trying to stay very positive no matter what. No matter what. And again, you believing very strongly, like you having this strong belief and faith in yourself that you could do anything, because you absolutely can, you know. I think you could be someone who really likes to learn a lot of things. You could be someone who collects information like for fun. And that's also one of your strengths, okay? You can like call that information up whenever you want. We got the Queen of Scrolls, okay? The Queen of Scrolls, or the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands is very attractive, very beautiful, you know, but it has like this little gem highlighting the third eye. I feel like the Queen of Wands is very passionate about the things that she does, but she doesn't like get too overzealous, or like she's learned to control her passions and what moves she wants to make. She thinks things through very clearly, and this could be like this energy that you're stepping into, you know. This is kind of sticking out. We got the Eight of Roses, okay, or the Eight of Pentacles. So I feel like you've definitely been working very hard, especially when it comes to like the people around you. I think you just want to have a lot of peace. You really just want to be comfortable and connect with like your people, you know. And also you're very open, because this card, like in the book, it talks about how it has like all this different symbolism all over the room, and it does. It's like a dream catcher and a dragon and a sunflower. There's a little bell, and there's like, you know, a little candle, a little Buddha, you know. There's like all these different, there's also a scarab. So I feel like when it does come to people, like you're very accepting of like their different choices that they make in life, you know, like what they want to believe in or who they are. Like just all together, you're not very judgmental, and I think that's great. Maybe you could have been in the past, but I think this is something that you've definitely outgrown. I think your mind is more open, more clear, and that's why now is the best time for you to follow the way that you're supposed to be walking, you know. What is this? The Wheel of Fortune, okay? Because it's going to lead to you getting this beautiful Wheel of Fortune, okay? And that Wheel of Fortune has the Ark of the Covenant on it. And so it's like you, like I always say when I pull out this card, like you made the right covenant. Like you already made your deal, you know, with God, that you're going to do what you're supposed to do, that you're going to follow your intuition, that you're going to use your will in a positive way, that you don't choose to like to add to the negative or dark or lower vibrational energies that some people in the world choose to add to. And that is the kind of choices that will just get you everywhere that you need to go. But don't be afraid to like take a step back, you know, because I'm thinking about the Eight of Pentacles in another deck, and it has like, it's kind of like a tapestry, and there's like a little needle on one of the pentacles, you know, and it's like a lot of detail goes into like every stage of your life, or every little moments, or these little lessons that you have to learn. So just be very patient with yourself and with the work that you're putting into yourself, and just have that faith and belief that it's all going to pay out in the end. Like, it's really important that you don't be too negative about your life or your path or the way that you're walking, okay? We got the Five of Forces, okay? I said the Five of Swords, okay? That's fire. That's fire, okay? Because 5 represents change, okay? And source, God, okay? The source of all life, right? So I feel like God is bringing in a lot of changes into your life, things getting a lot brighter, a lot happier for you, kind of turning this winter out in the cold upside down kind of feeling that you may have been experiencing in previous cycles upside down for you, okay? Allowing things to like grow and to be more free, you know. Summer is like a time of fun for me. Right? I love the summertime. It's so great, and the sun's shining and it's shining longer, you know what I'm saying? And then the nights are hot, and you can just go out, you can be, you know, you can wear whatever you want, because I'm a little bit of a hoochie, right? You feel more free, and it's just like a much chiller time than the rest of the year. And it's just like this energy of summertime coming into you all the time, okay? Like, it's always about to feel like summer in your life because of the way that you're so balanced, okay? And this is the Queen of Forces, or the Queen of Cups energy, okay? So like the Queen of Cups is like emotionally balanced no matter what's going on, right? The Queen of Cups is always ready with a solution, or with some sort of positive emotional input that you need, okay? And so just know that like within you is that Queen of Forces energy, okay? Like you always have this kind of balance within yourself. You can pull on the dark or the light at any time, but I think that you choose to do it in a very positive way. Yeah, we got the King of Forces, okay? So bringing more balance to it, you know. The King of Forces gives me this energy of like, when it comes to your business moves, like you also bring your emotions into that, but not in a way where it kind of like stifles you or it brings things down. I think that's like the best way for you to work with your emotions involved, with you really having a lot of care. Like you put a lot of care into whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish in your career, and that's really smart. You pay a lot of attention to detail, and you are very like considerate of other people that you work with, and you really follow your instincts when it comes to business too, and that's really good. It's because you're guided, okay? So all of that energy is being increased, being boosted for you at this time. What's the Eight of Roses and the Ark of the Covenant? We got the Tower, okay, with the Lookout, okay? So like I said, that Tower energy is there. That storm energy is definitely out here. So if you are going through a storm, just know that like it's not gonna last forever, okay? And like you actually have a higher perspective on your life than you think that you do. And sometimes you just need to change your perspective, or change the way that you're looking at it, you know? Like if you do face anything at this time, like try to keep your calm. Like I see that you're a master of your emotions, but I get the feeling that sometimes you just forget that. Like you forget that, like in certain times where you get heated, or if shit sucks enough, you kind of throw all of that out of the window, and you get all in your feelings, and it can lead to like a spiral that you really don't need, to like an unnecessary detour in your journey, okay? So he's just saying like to try to keep this emotional balance no matter what, and to move forward no matter what happens, because you have this beautiful backing, okay? Yeah, with the Seven of Roses, with the journey, I'm hearing like, it's the climb, it's all about the climb, okay? It's all about you reaching these little tiny specific destinations in your path that turn out to make up the big picture of like your biggest, greatest manifestation. But it's really important that you enjoy the journey. And just know that like when it comes to like getting on the water, when it comes to you like hopping in a ship and like okay on some Moana shit, okay, when it comes to you like stepping out and going on that journey alone, you really can do it. But it's like Moana, she looks alone. I mean, she has hey hey, but like she's actually really guided through the entire thing. The ocean itself guided Moana to right to where she needed to go. Even when she was unsure and she felt lost and she didn't really feel good about what she was planning to do, or if she didn't even know if she could really do it, but she did it, right? So it's the same energy for you. Even when you don't think you can do it or you have a little bit of doubt, just know that like you can do it. You can always do it. Okay? Spirit's always going to make sure that you do, okay? As long as you maintain this balance and you continue to see through any illusions or any nonsense the way that you've been doing. Like just know that they're currently working very hard to clear the way for you if you feel like you're blocked or if you feel like things aren't moving the way you want them to move. Like all of this is about you being stable and feeling good within yourself and being able to spread love the way that you're put here to spread it, okay? Like in the grand scheme of things, like all the little things that happen in life, okay, it's just really not that big of a deal. I mean, to be honest, like all the little things that you go through in life, and even the big things that you go through in life, they're just there to teach you a lesson, to make an impression on your soul, not to like stick with you forever or to like make you feel like, life sucks or your life is terrible. Your life is great because you're alive to live it, okay? So just have a lot of gratitude and don't doubt where the divine is guiding you to go at this time, because I feel like it's really perfect for you. Yeah, with the Nine of Swords, like there's this huge energy of just like anxiety and worry, okay? But you are the cosmic gateway. Like you are the one who decides what you attract, okay? So try not to focus too much on the things that you feel like you can't control, and just like stand your ground in a way that involves you giving yourself a lot of love and taking little steps to get to where you want to go. And believing that you got the backup, okay? Because I just keep hearing that, like believe in your support that you get from God, okay? Look, the scribe, the Queen of Scrolls, and the Queen of Forces, we got the Magician, okay? Because that energy is everything. That is what allows you to become a master of yourself and your environment, and helps you to create whatever it is that you want to create. The stronger your energy, your connection with the creator is, the stronger your energy and your ability to create becomes, okay? What's the Queen of Scrolls, the King of Forces, and the community? We got the Emperor, okay? And it also brings in like this endless stability, Like I feel like you have the ability to attract like way more than enough. Like enough for you and like the people that come after you. Like you have the ability to attract a lot of money, okay? A lot of everything. Yeah, we got the Seven of Cups, but it's like this energy, or there's like some sort of illusion that I feel like you're breaking through, like some sort of illusion that tells you you can't, or like you don't deserve it, or like you don't have the power to accomplish things. We got the Page of Cups. So it's like, I don't know, there's like some sort of new emotional beginning coming in with you. Like maybe this energy of your faith being renewed, your faith in your choices, okay? What's the Magician and the Emperor? The Death card, okay? So like I said, okay, there's some sort of like new beginning, some sort of illusion or some subconscious way that you've been thinking of yourself or of your journey or of your connection to God that's like clearing out, because you don't need it anymore. Like it was just there before to protect you, but now you don't need to be protected in that way. Like something like this illusion or this way of thinking, this mentality, it was kind of like blocking you a little bit. But that blockage is being cleared, yeah, with the Empress, and you're stepping into like this more fertile and secure energy, you know. It's like your balance is being upgraded, right? Because at first it was the Queen of Forces and the King of Forces, okay? And then they hit you with the Emperor and the Empress, okay? So this is like you're evolving to like this next level of creation, okay? Like it's a really big deal. So of course things could be like not the best, okay? Like things could feel like totally out of order in your life, but it's an illusion. What's the Seven of Cups and the Page of Cups? Yeah, we got the Four Wands. It's an illusion, okay? Like this shit is leading. This is leading to like some sort of beautiful life that you deserve after this life of burdens. I feel like there's like a very pessimistic energy in the past, you know, like this energy of like you feeling like you would never reach 10 of Pentacles, or you're never going to be able to like get to where you want to get to or accomplish your dreams. But that energy is a tower, okay? Like that is breaking down these past beliefs, okay? And something like great is sneaking up on you with the Seven of Swords and the Five of Swords, okay? Like you're dropping some sort of important way of thinking. You're mastering some part of your mind, okay? It's going to help you see things clearer and increase the power of your will, like he was talking about with the crystal book. This message is interesting. What else? What else? What's the Magician, the Death, and the Emperor? So we got inner balance, okay? So it says, what you resist persists, what you accept transforms, okay? So this is what I'm saying. You think you're being a lot more accepting of yourself, and this is bringing you into like this higher sense of wholeness. What's the Emperor, the Empress, and the Seven of Cups? We got anger, okay? So maybe like you could have had some misplaced anger going on, or maybe some sort of like unhealthy anger that you were like unintentionally expressing, you know. It could have been affecting like your relationships or the way that you deal with or think about others. But I think this is something that you're releasing. It says release, growth, and balance. It says your expectations are not met, creating frustration, express it in a healthy way, you know. So I feel like you could have definitely found some sort of new outlet or some sort of different way of expressing yourself or expressing your anger. You could be like very communicative, okay? We got deception with Seven of Cups, the Four of Wands, and the Page of Cups, okay? It says a slippery slope erodes trust. Honesty fosters connection and authenticity, okay? So it's talking about integrity, transparency, and trust, you know. I feel like you really are very transparent, very like, you know, integral, you know, and I feel like you put your trust in a lot of people in the past who only kind of brought deception to you, you know, and now I think you're kind of rebuilding the way that you build trust in other people, okay? We got divine juggling, okay? So it says master different aspects of yourself, both light and dark, okay? It says progress, inner harmony. So you're making great progress, okay? When it comes to your inner harmony, like I was saying, like this is just like something is coming into balance in a big way for you at this time. What else? It says closed-minded, okay? And it says limiting beliefs, okay? So your mind is being expanded, which is kind of what I was saying before when I showed you, what was it? The Queen of Swords and the Seven of Swords? No, it was the Five of Swords and the Seven of Swords. It says unwilling to consider other perspectives or entertain new ideas and be more open, okay? So it's talking about openness and receptivity, and I was saying at the beginning you have to be more open to receiving, okay? Limiting beliefs, it says ultimately you become what you believe, okay? You become what you believe you are, and your reality matches that. So there's a big mindset change when it comes to that, okay? A big self-realization or self-revelation is how I was hearing it, okay? You could be healing through some sort of art that you're doing at this time, or some way that you're expressing yourselves, okay? Like And this one is talking about arrogance, okay? Not seeing flaws hinders growth. You could have definitely discovered some sort of flaw within yourself, even if that flaw was just like some limiting belief or something like that. Whew. All right, what else? So it says, visualize abundance in all forms. God gave you such great spiritual power that everything you visualize eventually becomes reality. Hold a steady vision of that which is beautiful, healthful, positive, and filled with blessings, and that is what you will experience. Beautiful. What else? It says, pay yourself first. Make yourself your most important financial obligation by setting aside a portion of your income every time you are paid. This loving form of self-care ensures that you'll have savings to invest in your present and your future, okay? And then this one came out when that one came out, and it's talking about moonlighting, okay? It says you can start working on your dream career part-time while keeping your other job to pay the bills. Soon your dream career will take flight and fully support you, okay? So don't be afraid to like just do a little bit more, you know? Sometimes you have to like work odd jobs or do other things that you don't necessarily want to do in order to make sure that you can take the steps that you need to take to get to what you dream of doing, you know? And then we got clearing debts and unlimited ideas at the bottom of the deck, okay? It says your mind is one of God's infinite mind. Therefore, you have complete access to unlimited ideas guaranteed to bring blessings. All you need to do is take divinely guided action to allow these ideas to come to fruition. And this one says your self-care involves removing the heavy burden of financial and emotional debts from your life. You already feel lighter and freer just by facing this topic and making a plan to clear present obligations and avoid future ones as well, okay? So I heard cleaning up your credit, okay? You could be working on cleaning up your credit, or that could be something that you need to do. I definitely need to do that, okay? But I feel like you're moving on from like this past cycle. Like you definitely stepped into your power, definitely, okay? But now I think you're in this kind of learning curve where you're learning what to do with it or how to like access it and utilize it to actually get you somewhere, you know? So we got the light. That's what we close in with. And power at the bottom of the deck, okay? So, and awareness, okay? So big increases to your power and to your awareness, you know? And this is this third eye solar plexus energy, okay? Even though it was also talking about the etheric chakras, I feel like he put a lot of emphasis on that, on the third eye and solar plexus working together. What is this? The light? Hold up. So it's on page 63. So it says this card reassures you that this is your time to be in the light. No matter what's happening around you, prosperity and bliss are promised. The qualities of this brilliant card are pleasure, happiness, contentment, growth, success, joy, and illumination. The light always brings forth new birth and constant renewal of life. This is one of the best, if not the most positive cards in the deck, and it's yours. This is now your moment to shine. The radiance from within you will be there for all to see as people become attracted to the rays of your spiritual light. And by being compassionate, generous, inspiring, and a leader, many will benefit as they feel the warmth emanating from you. Be discerning, but also be open to whatever or whomever you're attracting, for your rays reach far and wide, okay? So that just gives me this big energy of like, you could be out here working, you could be like expressing yourself, or you know, putting your work out there for people to see, and like you never know like who you're touching or who you're attracting or who's like, you know, seeing what it is that you do and loving it. And like I feel like this strong energy of like silent supporters. You could have silent supporters and like, you know, fans that you would never believe like would be a fan of you or of your work, you know. And like somebody could reach out and offer you an opportunity or whatever, but I think it's important that you work on what you need to work on spiritually, and just know that like your rays reach far and wide, and whatever it is that you're meant to attract is always going to come to you. And the more you work on the inner you and making sure that that's straight, the better the offers that's going to come toward you, right? So it says the light card reminds you that because of its power, nothing remains in the dark. Through its illumination, truths and certain paths before you begin to emerge, and you can be surely seen. Using the energy of positive thoughts and continually thinking about the happiest and most joyful of memories will light the path before you even more brightly and attract exactly what you're emanating. Keep on shining. I don't know why I was reading like that, but the light is also like equivalent to the energy of the sun, okay? So big, bright, beautiful things coming toward you, even if things don't necessarily seem like they're the best or they're the brightest at this time. Like, you just need to be more aware of like this beautiful power that you hold within yourself, and believe that you can accomplish anything you want with it, okay? So with that, I'm done. I hope you guys have a happy, fabulous, wonderful, and amazing day, that you got something that you need out of this, and I will see you later, my love. Bye.